Alright, this lesson is 6-1 and is on solving systems by graphing. So when we have a system, it's going to look like this. Y is equal to mx plus b, so they're going to give you two equations. And what we're doing is when you have two variables, meaning right here we have an x and a y and an x and a y. That is two variables because m and b are going to be our slope and y-intercept. When you have two variables, you will need two equations to solve it. And when we mean to solve a solution, is an ordered pair. So that's going to be in an x, y coordinate. So what we are trying to find is when these two equations, so I'll do color coding, say this one, I graph it, and it goes like this, and then I have this one, and it goes like this. We are trying to find if the graphs intersect. That is our goal in this whole chapter. Okay, so where they intersect, and we don't know where that is or if it's going to be a certain point until we get some previous knowledge that we're going to need to know, is how to graph this y is equal to mx plus b. We're going to need to know how to graph slope-intercept form. So this b is where you start on the graph. So we start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We start at -5 on the y-axis, and then our slope right here is telling us as a fraction it's rise over run. So from this point of -5 on the y-axis, we go up 2, rise 2, run to the right 1, and that's where our next point is. And what I want us to be able to do is plot all the points on this graph. So we'd go up 2, right 1 again, up 2, right 1 again, up 2, right 1 again, up 2, right 1 again. And then we have to go in the other direction too. So we'd go down 2, left 1 to still be on this line. We want to graph all of them because we want to find, again, back all of the points that are going to contribute to this line on the graph. So let's get... not yet. 3 possible solutions that we're going to be able to do. We just went over the first one, is if I have a line that does this and a line that comes in this direction, doesn't matter what directions, where they go, where they're at, where they intersect, we have one solution here. And when we have one solution, that means there is an x, y value that we will be able to figure out and find where they intersect. Another one is when these lines run parallel. That means their solution is no solution. There is no point that they will have in common. Then the last one would be if you graph a line, and it just so happens that the second one that we graph is right up on top of it and is the exact same line. What this is going to be is they're going to be the same line, and it will be infinite solutions, meaning that they have every point on this graph in common. So you can write infinite solutions. Now let's get started. We have a system. Y is equal to x plus 2 and y is equal to 3x minus 2. So I'm going to color code these. I'm going to do this one first. So this one, I start at a positive 2 on my y-axis, and then my slope is 1. So to find the rise over 1, it is 1 over 1. So it goes up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And then it'll also go down 1, left, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. And I have that line on this graph. Then we're going to be doing this one. So we start at negative 2. And my slope is telling me I go up 3. My m is 3. So to write it as a fraction of rise over run is 3, 1. So it's up 3, right 1. And I need to continue this until I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, right 1. And what ends up happening is I could continue to go up 3, right 1, and I could go down 3, left 1, down 3, left 1. But what ends up happening is this blue line intersects my red line right here. So this is one solution, and we need to write it as the point that it is, and it goes through 2, because it's 1, 2, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one solution that they cross is at 2, 4. Next one. I'm going to color code them again. So I got this one. This is y is equal to negative x minus 4. So I start at negative 4. And now my slope is negative 1. So that makes it a negative 1 over 1. So I would go down and then to the right, making this slope negative. Down, right. Down 1, right 1. And then I could also go up 1, left. Up 1 to the 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 left 1. Creating this line. Sorry, my lines aren't that straight, but you get the idea. Now with this one, which we're going to put in a little notes section later, we need to get to y is equal to mx plus b. So we got to do a little bit of work first. So we got to have 4x minus y is equal to negative 1. We need to solve that for y. So to solve it for y, we need to start moving away this x. I shouldn't have underlined it. Let me get rid of that. I need to subtract a 4x, and then rewrite. So this will be a negative y is equal to negative 4x minus 1. And I'm starting to write it in y equal to mx b. Y equal to mx b. But this is a negative y, so I need to divide everything by my negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. So that gives me a y is equal to negative divided by negative is positive, so 4x, negative divided by negative is plus 1. So now I could put, I start at plus 1, and I could go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I could continue in that direction if I need to. But I want it to intersect the other one, so I'm going to go down 4, left 1, and it's going to go through that point right there. And I could continue down 4, left 1, but I already found it, because this line will continue on through that direction, but they cross right there, which means it's one solution, and that solution is at -1, -3. Because if I look at where that point is at, it's this way 1 and down 3. So it's -1, -3. All right, now we're going to go on to the special cases. So let's take a look here. I'm going to color code them again. This one, I start at +2, and I go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1, and I would have this line that goes like this. And I go on to the blue one, and I start at -3, and then my slope is up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. They have the exact same slopes. This slope is 1, this slope is 1, so that means that these are going to be parallel, so there is no solution here. They will not have a point that ever crosses. Then the last one, we got to do a little bit of work here. We have to take both of these and start getting them into y is equal to. And this is a skill that you need to know how to do. So 2x plus 2y is equal to 4. So we want to get y by itself. So we subtract the 2x over, subtract 2x over, and I start writing it in y is equal to mx plus b. So I get 2y is equal to -2x plus 4. To get y by itself, I divide everything by 2. So y is equal to -x plus 2. So we'll put that on the back burner for right now, because we got to, actually, let's graph it. Let's go +2, and then a slope of -1, so it's down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, or I can go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and I have, I didn't quite go through all those points, but now we got to take this one, 12 minus 3x is equal to 3y, and we need to solve that for y. First off, let's take both of these sides, because they are equal, let's swap them. So let's go 3y is equal to 12 minus 3x. So I have my y on the left side. Then, because these are not quite mx plus b, I'm going to swap these also to get it in, start getting it into the form of y is equal to mx plus b. So I get 3y is equal to -3x plus 12. Now I can divide everything by 3, and I get y is equal to -x plus 4. So that means that I start at 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go slope again, down 1, left, right 1, down 1, right 1. And if you take a look, these are going to be no solution again, because they are parallel. So a couple notes that we're going to need to know how to do is, first, we need to know how to graph slopes. So this is rise over run. You're going to need to know how to solve for y. So a couple little tricks that we can have up our sleeve is if we have, let's say, like we just got done doing, like a 12 minus 4x is equal to 3y, we can swap these two sides. Because they are equal, we can just switch the sides. We also, if we have 3y is equal to 12 minus 4x, we want to start writing it in order. So that means that this 12 and this 4x, or negative 4x, we want to get it into y is equal to mx plus b. So we can switch these also. So you get a 3y is equal to negative 4x plus 12. Those are a couple notes that you should have down so you remember them.